The main reason why the Chuds don't like South of Midnight is because there's a black woman in it.
Correct!
Black N-word hands beating your stupid skull until you piss yourself and start seizing.
Recently, it has come to my attention that everyone's favorite former sex worker, games journalist, and professional victim, Alyssa Mercante, has uploaded a new video, and surprise, surprise, she is doing what she does best and playing the victim.
In March of 2024, I wrote a story that would forever change my life.
What's with this pre-op Slim Shady look she has going on? Now, Alyssa here is just presenting herself as just being attacked for doing her job and that she didn't do nothing to nobody.
I didn't do fucking shit!
This is funny if you know anything about her. I made a video breaking down Gamergate 2 with an extensive section breaking down her manipulative and deceitful behavior. She has a history of lying about people, attacking people, and then playing the victim when she receives any pushback. Typical leftist behavior. She even has the short dyed hair to back it up. In my opinion, she clearly has narcissistic tendencies and is a typical crybaby. Now, her video was actually received so badly that she actually disabled the likes option, which I forgot was even a thing, and I get a lot of hate on my videos, and I don't even do that.
Before I get into this video about how YouTube rewards and fosters a community of harassers, I'd like to point out that the original version of this was taken down for, you guessed it, harassment.
Now, her video was a re-upload because her original video did get struck down for harassment and bullying, which is kinda gay, but that's YouTube for you. I mean, cyberbullying is not real, so removing videos for that reason is stupid. But she has a history of targeting people, harassing them, and challenging them to physical fights, so I don't really care.
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me. Physically. Bitch.
How am I supposed to feel bad for you when you're constantly slinging shit and 2% of what you sling is thrown back at you and now you're crying about it? I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. Now, don't be like her and call for people to be reported, harassed, or bullied, but again, don't feel sorry for her.
But she's even trying to get me in trouble now. This is it. You can report Asmongold, report Twitch, report me. Twitch, are you cool with this? She did get harassed and she deserved it. So she's talking about bringing rape and death threats on myself. By the way, this has never happened, and I never would do that because it's disgusting. But you had no problem retweeting things that are effectively telling me to seppuku.
You probably don't know me. And if you do, it's probably not for the right reasons.
No, we know you for the right reasons. They're negative reasons that you don't like, but they're definitely the right reasons.
In March of 2024, I wrote a story that would forever change my life. I didn't expect it to. It was just a report dispelling a conspiracy theory that had gained traction in the dank caves of the internet.
Dank caves of the internet? What the fuck?
In the same spaces where people convince themselves that furniture sites are trafficking children, or that there's a ring of Satan-worshipping cannibals in Washington, D.C.
Comparing Sweet Baby Inc. to Pizzagate is wild. Oh my god.
The story laid out the core tenets of this particular conspiracy theory: that a single video game consultancy firm known as Sweet Baby Inc., led by a black Canadian woman, was forcibly injecting diversity into some of the video game industry's biggest titles.
The use of the word conspiracy is very deliberate here by Alyssa. Normies hear the word conspiracy and immediately disregard something as wacky and insane despite the evidence showing it's factual and not a conspiracy. Don't believe your lying eyes. Pattern recognition doesn't exist. She blew up initially because she wrote an article running cover for Sweet Baby Inc. when that story went viral. She tried to cover up the fact that Sweet Baby was injecting DEI into games, which according to their own website, that's exactly what they were doing. We have the geniuses over at Kotaku lying on behalf of Sweet Baby Inc., stating Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. No one company isn't forcing diversity into all of your favorite video games. Now, Sweet Baby Inc. as a consulting company, that is what they do in the story writing. They are story consultants. Let's take a look at their website and see what their website says. Founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal. Fuck in Canada, and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video games industry. We aim to make the games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. Sweet Baby Inc.'s own website directly contradicts the Kotaku article. Their CEO, Kim Belair, effectively admitted to using what were basically extortion tactics to do it. And we saw some of these veiled threats from Kim Belair, for example, the founder of Sweet Baby Inc. herself. Go have a coffee with your marketing team.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
Alyssa tried to cover that up, and that did not go well. It's just a conspiracy, just like BlackRock and Vanguard and ESG funding pushing diversity into gaming is a conspiracy. These companies have a history of compelling behavior. They essentially say, hey, if you want our money, you have to do these things. And these things are often ESG, DEI compliance. You either comply or you don't get the money.
At BlackRock, we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. You know, what we are doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted, okay?
We're doing the same thing.
And so it's just, you have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race, or just any way you want to say the composition of your team.
The report stated that a consultant working at the time with Sweet Baby Inc. discovered a 100-person strong curation page on the video game marketplace site Steam, dedicated to tracking any games that the firm had worked on.
So the Steam page just talks about the games that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on, and they weren't recommended. All of this information was publicly available and even listed on Sweet Baby Inc.'s own website at the time. But curating public information is a bad thing if it goes against the message.
The curation page also had an affiliated Discord group, an online messaging service commonly used in the video game industry with about 2,000 members. The Discord chat was filled with racist jokes, misogynistic memes, and homophobic hate.
Very based.
My report contained interviews both with employees of Sweet Baby Inc. and with a few members of that Discord group. It's something that I remain proud of more than 365 days after it published, but it forever changed my life.
Oh my god, people that don't support your agenda got together in a Discord. It's the end of the world.
These are the kinds of messages I received immediately after publishing that piece. Hang yourself, traitor. It's an email sent to my work. Hi, you racist. Could I kindly ask you to remove yourself from this world, you absolute waste of air? Hope you get ganged by Muslim slut.
The victim maxing here is just embarrassing. She shows a handful of examples of people attacking her and sending her messed up messages. One thing that's funny is she could only come up with a handful of examples despite being a very well-known and very controversial figure. I think I get attacked more, like unironically. And some of them even say that they're anonymous. Can you say Alyssa sock puppet accounts? It's the internet. If you're even remotely controversial, you will get hate directed towards you. I'm not saying that it's right. It just is what it is.
Can you imagine doing your job while getting stuff like this daily?
None of this really makes you pity her like she was hoping it would.
Alyssa Mercante.
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 She also shares a montage of people basically just saying her name, which again, she's a very public and very controversial figure. Like, people are gonna talk about you and even call you names.
Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante. This has been the best thing that's happened to my channel since I started 8 years ago.
She had a large section of the video focused on Smash JT in particular because he's made a lot of videos about her. Again, she was topical, controversial, and responding to everything he said.
Alyssa Mercante has filed a lawsuit with me. It's a very frivolous 54-page attempt at doxing me and attacking me. But she admits to bringing it on herself. Like, she could easily walk away, but she decides to no, she's addicted to this.
In a just world, sending someone a cease and desist and then filing a lawsuit to get them to stop harassing and defaming you should get them to stop. But instead, Jeff kept making content, and I kept getting harassment every time he did it.
It's hilarious that when she says harassment, she's showing Smash JT laugh react to an AI clip of them kissing. A clip he didn't make, he's just reacting to it. Maybe you could have picked a better clip to help highlight harassment. Just saying. And I don't really care about Smash, but her lawsuit is ridiculous, and let's just say I like his chances of winning. And just because I don't like Alyssa and I think she's emblematic of everything that's wrong with the gaming industry, I hope he wins. And I hope he bankrupts her. And then I hope she never gets another job in the gaming sphere again.
And while I was facing all of this, I still did my job.
Congratulations, you did what was the minimum requirement and did your job.
When I decided it was time to take legal action against those who were smearing my name,
Alyssa Mercante, who sells herself for sex and sucks dicks for money.
Her natural habitat is on her knees, ladies and gentlemen.
Alyssa Mercante, who has since come forward saying that she used to be a sex worker, sucking dicks for money.
A senior editor is a former prostitute.
I also find it funny how she talks about people slandering her by saying she sucked dick and was a sex worker, but they were just quoting her. She's a former sex worker who I can't imagine made any money because I'm an incel and not even I'm that desperate. It's almost as if she's ashamed of her past as a sex worker, as she should be, because it's disgusting. If she had no shame, she wouldn't be calling it slander. Her worldview is so incoherent that she has to change her beliefs to suit whatever moment she's in. Again, another very common leftist tactic.
I continued reporting on important issues in this space, managing a team of writers, mentoring younger industry members, and even putting on an all-day fundraiser on Twitch for Trans Lifeline that raised $25,000.
Wow, you're such a good person. You helped kids get their dicks chopped off. You're such a good human.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Of course she's super pro-trans. That's nothing unexpected for someone this insane.
Those who wanted me to not just lose the job I had, but to never get a job in this space again. What do you think happened?
So then she talks about how she got fired and people like me wish she never got another job in this space again. I take back what I said earlier. I guess she didn't do what was minimally required because her dumbass got fired. I stand by everything else I said though.
How would you feel if you faced this every day for more than a year? Just for doing your job and for daring to push back against people who hate you for it.
No one has defamed you. You brought this all on yourself. Now, I made this video because I didn't really have anything else to work on this week, and I thought it would be kind of a fun departure from the types of videos that I've made previously. Now, of course, don't harass Alyssa. We don't need her to have any more excuses to cry wolf. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good shit. It really does help the channel grow a ton. Consider becoming a channel member or checking out my locals if you wish to support me further. But as always, guys, this has been your boy Drinker, and I'm out of here. Peace.